So you need to allocate this spectrum to the available cellular system. Okay, and you are making use of a 25 kilohertz simplex channel. 25 kilohertz simplex channel means correspondingly it is 50 kilohertz duplex channel, isn't it? If it is 25 kilohertz simplex channel means if we are writing in terms of duplex channel, the entire bandwidth will be 25 into 2. So totally 50 kilohertz duplex channels is to be assigned to one cell. So the entire 30 megahertz you need to split into wireless cellular system. That is, you need to allocate into this wireless cellular system where each cell will be making use of 25 kilohertz simplex channel, otherwise 50 kilohertz duplex channel, where the channels will include both voice and control channels. So there are two types of channels that is being allocated. One is the voice channel and second one is the control channel. And you need to compute or calculate the number of channels that is available per cell. Okay, for the three cases, for 4 cell reuse, 7 cell reuse and 12 cell reuse. 4 cell reuse means the number of cells in one cluster will be 4. So that particular cluster is going to repeat again and again to increase the channel capacity. 7 cell reuse means you will have 7 cells in one cluster. So that cluster is going to repeat again and again to increase the channel capacity. And third part, 12 cell reuse means in that particular system you will be having 12 cells in one cluster where that entire cluster is going to repeat again and again to accommodate all the subscribers. And we are going to calculate the number of channels allocated to each cells for all these three systems. And the condition that is being given here is, out of the available spectrum of 30 megahertz, 1 megahertz spectrum is dedicated for control channel. So we have the provision of voice channels only the remaining 29 megahertz. I repeat, out of 30 megahertz, 1 megahertz is only allocated for control channel. So that should be dedicated for the control channel, and the remaining 29 megahertz will be allocated to the control, the voice channels. And we need to distribute this control channels and voice channels appropriately to each cells in the entire cellular system or the entire cluster. So please keep it in mind that in first part you will use only 4 cells in one cluster, and in the second part you're going to use only 7 cells in one cluster, and in third part you're going to use only 12 cells per one cluster. So among this 4, 7 and 12 you are going to distribute the entire number of channels. So first thing, you need to calculate the total number of channels, and then you need to calculate the number of channels allocated to each cell. How you will allocate to each cell? You need to divide by the total number of channels divided by n. What is n? N is the cluster size. Cluster size is otherwise known as number of cells in one cluster. That is, it can be 4, 7 or 12 depending upon the cases. Okay. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the solution will go like this. First, I'll write the total given bandwidth, that is 30 megahertz, and the total bandwidth, I mean channel bandwidth, that is allocated to per user, that is nothing but 25 kilohertz simplex channel. So if you are converting into duplex channels, you need to multiply by 2. So 25 kilohertz into 2, that is 50 kilohertz per duplex channel. That is, for one channel you are allocating 50 kilohertz bandwidth. Okay, for one duplex channel you are allocating 50 kilohertz of bandwidth, and the total bandwidth is 30 megahertz. So from this particular data we need to calculate the total number of channels. So how we are going to calculate the total number of channels? By dividing the entire bandwidth divided by the bandwidth allocated to one channel. Okay, so divide the total bandwidth by the bandwidth allocated to one channel. The total bandwidth is 30 megahertz divided by bandwidth allocated to one channel is 50 kilohertz. See that numerator is in megahertz, denominator is in kilohertz. So you need to convert the higher unit to lower unit. So 30 megahertz is nothing but 30,000 kilohertz. So when you divide by 50, you will get the number of channels as 600. So altogether, we are having 600 channels with us for the entire cellular system. And we are going to divide the 600 channels into each cells, or we are allocating the 600 channels distributed over one cellular system. So for the first system, we'll have n equal to 4. Okay, we are having 3 different cases to be solved. The first case is for n equal to 4. So for n equal to 4, It means that there are only 4 cells in one cluster. Altogether, we are having 600 channels. So for each cell, the resources will be equally distributed. So what we have to do, we have to divide 600 divided by 4. So we are going to allocate 150 channel to each cell of the given system. Okay. 150 channels will be the total number of channels allocated to each cell of this particular cluster. But this 150, it will include both control channel as well as voice channel. So you need to calculate the separate number of control channel and separate number of voice channel. So for that, we need to go for the condition. The condition given in the question is, out of 30 megahertz, 1 megahertz, it is confined or dedicated only to control channel, isn't it? So we are going to calculate the number of channels that is dedicated only for control channel. So what we have to do, we need to divide the bandwidth allocated for the control channel divided by the bandwidth allocated to each channel. So the total bandwidth is 1 megahertz, that is for control channel, divided by the bandwidth or the frequency used by each channel, that is 50 kilohertz, considering this as a duplex one. So 1 megahertz by 50 is 1000 kilohertz divided by 50, that is 20 control channel. So overall, we are having 20 control channel in the entire system. This is for the entire cluster I am talking. Okay. But in the cluster, how many number of cells you are having? You are having only 4 cells. So for each cell, this 20 is to be equally distributed. So 20 divided by 4 will be 5. So there will be only 5 control channel allocated to each cell. Okay, and earlier I told you there are 150 channels for each cell. Out of this 150 channel, it can be few channels can be voice, few channel can be control, but control channel should be at least 5 as per the constraint of the question or constraint of the design. Okay, so control channel should be 5. So remaining number of channels 150 minus 5, that is 145 channels will now act as voice channel. This question is a very direct question where you will have a equal distribution or uniform distribution among all the cells. That is, if you take all the 4 cells in the one cluster, each cell will have 5 control channel and 145 voice channel, which are uniformly distributed. So there is no confusion. But that depends on the value of n actually. Okay, so all the time this 600 divided by the n value need not necessarily that it is a whole number. Always you won't get this particular whole number. So you need to approximate uniformly, you can't distribute. There should be some approximations in distributing the voice channel and control channels. At the same time, all the cells in the given cluster should be able to get the required channels at the end. So in that way, we are going to distribute the total available channels among the cells of a cluster. So for that, we are going to deal with the second case. So in the second case, it is given that n is equal to 7. So what do you mean by n? Nishmita, what do you mean by n, capital N? Unmute and speak, Nishmita. Ria Rakesh, what is n, capital N?
Sir, it's
Total
cluster.
number of cells in one cluster.
Okay, total number of cells in one cluster. Okay, or it is otherwise known as cluster size. So for n equal to 7 also, we are going to find the cells, channels allocated to each cell. So for that, we know that the total number of channels that we have for the entire cellular system is 600. So divided by 7, so approximately it will come around 84 point or 85 points. So you can take 85 channels as approximately. You check what is 600 by 7. What will be 600 by 7? You check.
85.71, sir.
Okay, 85.7. So you take 85. Okay. Even you can take 86 also, but accordingly the answer will change. No issues. Okay. So you have taken 85 as the total number of channels allocated per cell. Okay. Now here I have taken the worst case. That is why I have rounded to the lowest integer. Okay. So just don't go for the higher integer. Try to confined to the lower integer. So 600 by 7 is approximately, you can take 85. Now you will take this case. Okay, whatever I have done in this box, that only you follow. See, first we will calculate the number of channels. This will be easier for you. Okay, rather than calculating the voice channel, first we will, first we will calculate the number of control channel. Also, you can go for the voice channel initially, but the best option will be calculating the number of control channels as initial. You know that at least 20 number of control channels should be there as far as our constraint or as far as the design requirements in the question. Okay, how did you got the 20? Because 1 megahertz should be confined as control channel. So we calculated 1 megahertz divided by 50 kilohertz allocated for each channel. So the answer will be 20 that we got earlier. So that is applicable to all the cases. So 20 number of channels is must, it is acting as a control channel. Okay, so for one cell, how many number of control channels will be there? Again, we need to divide the total number of control channels divided by 7. So it will be 2.8. This 2.8 number of channels you can't say. So either you can take 2 or you can take 3. Okay, so if you take 2 means what will be the number of voice channels? We have totally 85 channels with us. Okay, we are having 85 channels allocated for each cell. So out of this 85, if you take 2 as a control channel, then 85 minus 2 will be 83. Okay, so there will be 83 voice channels with us if you're taking 2 as a control channel. Similarly, if you're taking 3 number as a control channel, then the remaining voice channel will be 85 minus 3, that is 82 voice channels should be there. Clear? So in that way, we are going to distribute. Okay, so if you take one cell, how many number of cells are there? There are 7 cells. Okay, out of that 7 cells, you can distribute these numbers so that the total channel should be equal to 600. What is the total channel in the tender cluster? It is 600. So you need to distribute these figures 82, 3, 83, 2 in such a way that if you sum or if you add all the numbers, all the channels, then you should get ultimately 600 as the total channel number for the entire cluster. Okay, so that we are going to check how we are going to redistribute. The only way to redistribute is trial and error. Okay, by using trial and error method only we can redistribute these figures 82, 83, 3 and 2. These numbers we can distribute in such a way that finally at the end of the day you have to get 600, approximately 600 as the total number of channels in the given cluster. So how this is being done? For distribution, see, I have taken like this. See how many cells we have? We will have 7 number of cells, isn't it? So if you take 82 voice calls, voice channels, then there will be 3 control channels, isn't it? Similarly, if we are taking 83 voice channels, then there will be 2 number of control channels. Okay, so in that way you try to redistribute 82 voice channels into 4 plus 3 control channels into, I think this should be 3, right? There should be 3. You just try to put instead of 4 you try to put 3 and calculate. If you're taking 82 voice channels means there should be 3 control channels, and take care that there should be only 7 cells in one cluster. So for 4 cells we have allocated 82 voice channels. Okay, yeah, this no, this will be the case. This is correct only. This is correct. For 4 cells we have allocated 82 voice channels, and for the same 4 cells we have allocated 3 control channels, so that the total number of channels, how it will become 82 plus 3, it will be 85 85 channels in total, isn't it? That is what is our requirement here. Similarly, for the remaining 3 cells, this is for 4 cells what I have shown. Okay, the first sentence is applicable for 4 cells. Totally we have 7 cells with us. Okay, so remaining 7 minus 4 is 3. 7 minus 4 cell is 3 cells. So remaining 3 cells, how you will allocate? You will allocate the next combination. What is the next combination? This combination 83 and 2. So if you allocate 83 voice channels to 3 cells, then the remaining 85 minus 83 is 2 control channel that will be allocated for the 3 cells. So that the total it will become approximately 595. That's very close to 600. So this is the worst case. So out of 600, we have utilized 595 channels successfully. Okay, so if you're taking this 86 means it won't be matched here. Maybe the requirement will be 600. I mean the design is for 600 channels, but ultimately if you redistribute, then it will get more than 600. So that should not take place. Okay, so the total should be either same as 600 or it should be less than 600 or very much close to 600. In that way, we need to distribute among the given cells. Okay, is this distribution is clear for you? Any doubts regarding this? Should I repeat once more? It's audible, students?
Sir, it's clear, sir.
Okay. So I'll move to the next slide. Next case. So the third case what we have is for 12 cell reuse system. So we need to take n equal to 12. So for n equal to 12, again we will start with control channel only because it is easier for you. Okay. So 20 divided by 12 is 1.66. So you need to take either 2 or 1. So we are going to assign 2 control channels per one cell, or 1 control channel can be assigned to each cell. So how many number of cells are there in one cluster? We have 12 number of 12 number of cells in one cluster. Please keep it in mind that if you take one cell, you should have both control channel and voice channel with you. You are not going to allocate full control channels to that particular cell or full voice channel to that particular cell alone. You are going to distribute both control channel and voice channel among all cells available in the system. So first I will take CC as true. CC is nothing but your control channel. Totally we have how many number of channels with us? Totally we have how many number of channels? It is n equal to 12 means there should be, again you check how many number of channels. 600 divided by 12 you calculate. 600 divided by 12 you calculate. I think it is 50, isn't it? That's not mentioned here. You can put the total number of channels allocated per system is 600 by 12. Can you calculate 600 by 12 and tell me the answer? It is a perfect figure, isn't it? 50, whole number. It is whole number. So it is a whole number, that is 50 channels. So out of this 50 channels, I have taken 2 channels as a control channel. So remaining the voice channels will be 48. Or if you are taking 1 control channel means the remaining voice channels will be 50 minus 1, that is 49 channels will act as the voice channel. Now we are going to distribute this. Okay, how many number of channels we have totally? How many number of cells we have? We have 12 cells. Okay, in this cluster we are going to have 12 cells. So for this what I will do is I will allocate two control channels for 8 cells, and if you are allocating 2 means what will be the voice channel number? Obviously it is going to 48, isn't it? So 2 control channels is given for 8 cells, and for these 8 cells we are going to assign 48 voice channels, so that the entire combination will be 400 channels. So this is the case for first 8 channel. This is the case for the first 8 channels. Now the remaining channels what we have is 4 because there are 12 cells we have. Okay, so the remaining cells is 4. Now for the remaining cells what we are going to do, we are going to assign the second combination. What is the second combination? One control channel for the 4 cells and remaining 49 voice channels for the 4 cells. So that this combination will get you 200 channels. So that when you sum this exactly, you will get 600. So entire 600 channels has been used efficiently. Okay. So this is how we are going to assign the voice channels and control channels among the cells in the given cluster. Hope this is clear for you. Now I'll be moving to the next portion. Next topic you take down, channel assignment strategies. Channel assignment strategies. So as of now, we have discussed about the cellular concept and the frequency reuse concept, how the channels is being divided. That is, there are two kinds of channels mostly we are using. That is a control channel and the voice channel. The purpose of the control channel we have already gone through. It is used for call initiation, call setup, and call termination process. Once the call is being set up, the next thing is we will start sending the voice calls. So that is being accessed by using voice channels. So if you take any cluster, we will have a definite number of cells in that particular cluster, which will be having different channels. So there is no sharing between the channels among a given cluster. But of course, there are channels that is being shared between two different clusters. But the thing is that while sharing the channel, we have to locate the core channels in such a way that the core channel should be very far apart from each other. Okay, the core channel cells should be very far apart from each other so as to minimize the interference. Correct? So this is what is being done in channel assignment strategies. So how we are going to assign the channel, and we need to follow certain rules and regulations. So basically, the motivation or the objective of assigning a channel is to minimize the interference. Okay. So we are going to minimize the interference and increasing the channel capacity. Our objective is actually to increase the channel capacity because the spectrum is limited and we need to accommodate the entire subscribers in the given spectrum. Okay, so our objective was to increase the channel capacity, but the problem is we don't have, enough resources to allocate separate channels for different users. So what will have, we are going to, or we are forced to share the available channels among different users. But while sharing, obviously some interference is going to happen, but we need to minimize this interference by following some strategies. So these channel assignment strategies have been adopted so as to minimize the interference. Okay, then interference is maintained in a minimum value so that we can increase the channel capacity in a appreciable manner. CASS, otherwise channel assignment strategies. There are two types of strategies we have. One is fixed and second one is dynamic. Don't sit idle. Try to write the lecture notes. So there are two types of channel assignment strategies. One is fixed and second one is dynamic. So we have to choose whether we have to go for fixed or whether we have to go for dynamic. Again, that depends upon the specifications of the given system. Okay, the quality requirements, the specifications of the wireless system. So that and all, it determines which type of assignment strategy we need to adopt. So it has got a very large impact on the performance of a system. So first we will discuss about fixed channel assignment. CA means channel assignment. In the fixed channel assignment strategy, as the name indicates, we will be using predetermined set of voice channels because we are not going to change those channels for a intended cell. If you take any particular cell within a cluster, that cell will have a provision to utilize only a fixed number of cells. Okay, mute your mic. Students, kindly mute your mic. In fixed channel assignment cells, we are going to use only predetermined set of voice channels. Means we are not going to change the cells assigned to a given, we are not going to change the channels assigned to a given cell. So what will happen if all the channels assigned to that particular cell is being fixed? Is already in use. Suppose I am one cell, you are another cell. I have allocated one set of channel. You have been allocated the same set of channel, and your distance is very far. Your location is very geographical location of your cell is very far apart from mine, which means that we are co-channel cells. Co-channel means we are sharing the same set of channels. Why they have assigned same set of channels to us? Because we are geographically far apart from each other, isn't it? But the thing is that all the channels associated to me have been used by some other cell as of now. Okay, some voice conversation is being taking place as of now by using the same channel. So any call that is attempted in my cell will be blocked eventually. It will not get service because I'm not able to take any more channels now. So I need to wait. So there is a delay in my communication until the resources are back to my end. Okay, now the available resources of my cell have been used by some other users or some other cells. As a result, I am not able to initiate a call. Clear? So my call will be blocked. So that is a disadvantage of the fixed channel assignment strategy. But in cellular system, to compensate this effect or to compensate this particular drawback, another communication scenario or another strategy has been adopted where you can borrow the channels from the neighboring cells if its own channels are full. Suppose I have been assigned a set of channel, but all these channels have been used by some other people or some other users. So currently it is not available to give service to my communication. Okay, so what I will do, I'm not able to, or I'm not willing to delay my conversation as such. Okay, so I should not wait for the call to set up. I should not wait for the call to initiate. So what I have to do is I have to get access of some other channels of a nearby cell. So I will request or I will borrow the channel from my neighboring cells because my own channels now it is being full. My own channels means the channels assigned to me is now in a full case, means it's already in busy status. Okay, so what I will do is, since I'm not willing to make delay in my communication, I will try to borrow the channels from neighboring cells. So this is known as dynamic channel assignment strategy, which is different from FCA. FCA means fixed channel assignment strategy. So that is being discussed in the next slide. Dynamic channel assignment means here the voice channels are not allocated to different cells permanently. Of course, when you take a channel, you will get, or the particular cell will be assigned a number of channel. But those number of channel or those definite number of channels are not going to be fixed here. It is not a permanent setup. Okay. So what we have to do is, if at all any number of channels that is allocated to a particular cell is busy or it is already in use, then we are going to borrow 3 channels from neighboring cells. So this is being monitored by your MSC. MSC is nothing but mobile switching center, which is responsible for managing the base station. Actually, the base station is handling the channel assignment. Okay, it is actually responsible for assigning the channel, but it is actually monitored by MSC. So each time a call request is made, the base station requests a channel from the MSC. Okay, so whenever a particular cell or a subscriber under a particular cell is initiating a call, so that through the control channel, that request will go to base station. Okay, and the base station will request the MSC to allocate a channel. So if MSC is, MSC observe that if all the channels assigned to that particular user is currently in use or currently busy, then he will try to allocate other set of channels from the neighboring cells by following some algorithm. So there will be a software at the back end. So that software will work or execute, and depending upon that, specific number of cells will be assigned, a specific number of channels will be assigned to that particular user under that base station. So who is going to assign the channels? MSC with the help of base station. Okay. So while allocating the new set of channel to the requesting call or to the requesting user, the three conditions are need to be satisfied. Okay, so these three conditions are being incorporated in that particular algorithm. So by considering these three points or these three bullets or these three conditions, we are going to assign new set of channel to the intended user under a particular cell. You know what is cell? A cell will have a base station or a tower having high power transmitting antenna which is located in the center, or it can be in the edge also. Okay, if the tower is at the edge of the cell, it will be using a sectored antenna. It is not omnidirectional. If the tower or the base station is at the center of the cell, it will be omnidirectional. Omnidirectional means you will have same radiations or uniform radiations in all directions. Okay, if the antenna is mounted in the edge of a cell or the corner of a cell, then it will be sectored. Sectored means it is directional antennas. Directional means it will be confining the radiations only to two directions. Sector, like a sector, you know what sector, isn't it? So it will be confining radiations into two directions. So the three important parameters what we are going through algorithm is, one is likelihood of future blocking. Means it will check whether if the specific number of channels or if the specific set of channels have been allocated to that particular user, whether they will have any future blocking. Okay, whether they will get any future blocking, whether the call may get, what is the probability of blocking that particular call if these set of channels have been assigned to that particular cell. So that will be taken into consideration. Second one is the reuse distance of the channel. Okay, I have allocated a new set of channel. So before allocating that new set of channel to the particular cell, the MSC will go for the reuse distance. Means same set of channel where it is being used in the particular cellular system. Is it geographically far apart? So that particular thing this MSC will ensure. Okay, so MSC will allocate a new set of channel to this particular cell only if that co-channel cells are very far apart from the intended cell. So that he has to take care. Otherwise, interference will occur. So to maintain minimum interference, MSC should take care the channel assignment. While assigning the channel, MSC should take care that the co-channel cells are far apart from each other. And third one is parameters like cost. Cost should be cost effective. Okay. So I'll stop at this point. We'll continue in afternoon 2:50 to 3:50. Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.